this Liberal Prime Minister is the only G7 leader to take his country into recession. The agency revealed that Canada's economy has shrunk now 2 quarters in a row. That is only true of Canada. It is not just one data point, though. The economy has shrunk 3 of the last 4 quarters that this Prime Minister has been in power. Investment has dropped 5 quarters in a row. We've lost 112,000 jobs in the first 3 months of this year alone, 45,000 net job losses since this Liberal Prime Minister took office, promising to create jobs. We've won a 1/3 increase in mortgage delinquencies to the highest level in 17 years, as Canada's households are by far the most indebted in the G7, and 3 million Canadians will have to renew into higher mortgages over the next 2 years. You know, we cannot blame global effects when it is only Canada that is in recession among G7 nations, nor can we say that we're in an especially difficult position vis-a-vis the Americans because we're in North America, because our friends in Mexico are also not in a recession. It is only this country under this Prime Minister that faces this Liberal recession. And you might say, well, all right, the economists should be concerned about the word recession, but is it really an emergency in the lives of Canadians? Well, for that single mother who has to return items as she goes to pay at the grocery checkout because she has no more money left in her bank account, it's an emergency. It's an even bigger emergency if later that day she drives to one of the food banks. 1 in 4 food banks in Canada actually ran out of food. What does she do then, Mr. Speaker? What does she do then? She start calling friends and family and asking if they have any surplus food in their fridges? What about the father who has to go home tonight to tell his kids he's lost his job and has to sell the home? For him, just like for that mother, this is an emergency. And the Prime Minister couldn't be bothered to say a single thing about this emergency since he learned of it on Friday morning. He has been in hiding. He refuses to take a single question from the media or in this House of Commons. And today, once again, he's banning the media from asking him questions, expecting they'll just cover photo ops of him wandering around a construction site. Not good enough. This is an emergency in the lives of people who have empty fridges, empty stomachs, and empty bank accounts. And they expect the Prime Minister, who promised that he was a great economic genius, to get in here and explain how he managed to be the only leader in the G7 to cause a recession.